Hare Krishna. So, most welcome, and we'll begin with the sutras. So, this is first chapter, Sanya Sandhi. Prakaranam stands for like chapter, adhyaya. So, Sanya is one and Sandhi is two. So, we have two parts in the first chapter. So, Sanya deals with the definitions, different groups, their respective names, terminologies, and the second part of the first chapter is Sandhi. Phonetic combinations. I'll just tell you the sequence of this particular book, the PDF. So in the Devanagari first, so this is a sutra in Devanagari Lipi script. Then English transliteration for the same. Then the following are the word meanings, word to word. Then the translation for the sutra in bold. Then if you see this Sanskrit, italic fonts. So this is Vritti. So this is a commentary on the sutra. So for each sutra, like wherever necessary, wherever required, a commentary is given, and this is by Jiva Goswami himself. So Jiva Goswami has done the sutras as well as this commentary, and this commentary is known as Vritti. So that's also given here. Then the following is the translation of the Vritti in English. So, and then there are three commentaries, other commentaries on Harinama Amrita Vyakaranam. One is Amrita Swadini, in short, written as Amrita. Second is Bala Toshani Tika, in short, they say it Bala Tika. And the third is Sankshodhini. So these three commentaries are also included here, only like the English versions of them, not the Sanskrit one. So they are also very enlightening, clarifying the sutras more. So Amrita and Bala, they are done by two of the previous acharyas. One is Hare Krishna Acharya, and another I'm not able to recall the name right now. So centuries ago, these commentaries were written. And Sankshodhani is done recently by His Grace Matsyavatar Prabhuji, who was the head of the BBT Sanskrit school after Gopi Paranand Prabhu disappeared. So now he is in Australia, I heard. So Sankshodhani is also very good, very helpful. So yeah, so that's the format of the book. The very first sutra, Narayanad Udbhutoyam Varnakramaha. This series of Varnas, the alphabets, the Sanskrit alphabet, appeared from Narayana. In Panini, according to Panini, the Maheshwara Sutras, they say. So according to them, the alphabets are supposed to be appearing from Lord Shiva's Damaru. So when Lord Shiva, he blew his Damaru, he played his Damaru, so the alphabets appeared. That's their consideration. But here, according to Jiva Goswami, and I believe, I remember studying in one of the Sandarbhas also, Jiva Goswami mentioned the same thing, that all the Sanskrit alphabets ultimately appeared from Lord Narayana. So that's the very first thing here. What are those letters? A, I, U, U. I hope you all are familiar with this, with the letters, all of them. Ri, ri, a, I, o, au, ang, ah, ka, kha, ga, gha, ma, cha, cha, ja, jha, nya, ta, tha, da, dha, na, ta, tha, da, dha, na, pa, pha, ba, bha, ma, ya, ra, la, va, sha, sha, sa, ha, ksha. So all of these letters. So all of these are the Sanskrit alphabets, as you can see here. Is there anyone who is not familiar with the varnas, these letters? So
I would not call myself familiar in the same way that you're familiar.
okay, so please be familiar. So please get to know all of these letters nicely, because the rest of the thing depends on these letters. Yeah, so all of them are here. Jiva Goswami goes on discussing a bit about the pronunciation of the letters. So if it is necessary, we can discuss that. So there are like 5 places in the mouth, the places of articulation, pronunciation, like the throat, kantha, then the talu, palate, yeah, then the cerebral murdha, then danta teeth, and the osht lips. So when like initially when we are to speak something, then the air comes from like the stomach, and when it passes through the mouth, so our tongue, it obstructs the air and touches a particular part of the mouth, either of these 5, and then a certain sound is manifested or created. So yeah, so he says a ka varga ha visarganam kantha. What to do? Let's see if we have something here. Okay, I'll show you something regarding pronunciation quickly. So so this is the first varga ka varga ka kha ga gha ma. So just try saying them on your own, boyo, and you'll feel that your tongue, yeah, this part is touching the throat. So just try saying it and observe the movement of your tongue. Ka, kha, ga. So is it happening? Is it the same place? So ka, kha, ga, gha, ma. So such letters, when they are pronounced from this place which is known as the throat, so such letters are known as either kanthya varnas or gutturals. Okay, that's the first place. Then the second is the cha varga. So here the tongue touches this place. So it's not directly the tip of the tongue, but slightly upper part of the tongue, which touches this part which is known as palate. So just try saying cha, cha, ja, and observe the movement of your tongue. So it's touching this place exactly, right? Cha, cha, ja, ja, and generally people, they have problem pronouncing the last varna. So very easy trick is you just stick your tongue to the same place and then pronounce this, and take help of your nose also. So cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. The same place, stick your tongue to. And if you have cold, then it will come more nicely because it's nasal, like I'm having now. I hope that was clear. So this place is known as talavya, talu, and the letters are known as palatal or talavya varnas. Okay. Then the third place is the hard palate, which is known as the murdha or the cerebral. So just try saying these varnas: t, th, d, dh, na. So you must find that the tip of your tongue is touching this part, which is behind the talu, uh, yeah, the soft palate. So, so like that, ta, tha, ityadi. Okay. Then the fourth place is the teeth, danta. So, yes, Prabhuji.
So, Prabhuji, you mentioned that the gutturals are called kanthya,
Kanthya varnas.
and the one from the palate are called as talavya. So
Talavya.
then, what are the hard cerebrals called?
Murdhanya.
Murdhanya.
Yeah. So the fourth set, the place is ta. You can try saying again, ta, tha, and your tongue is touching the teeth, especially the upper teeth. So ta, tha, da. So these letters are known as dental or dantya varnas. Ta, tha, da, tha, na, like that. Quite simple. And the last place is the lips. So pa, pa. This is not like the English f, like in friend and all. This is pa, pa. Because like if we say f, then our lips are not coming together. F, not really, but it's p, p. So p, p, b, bh, ma. So these varnas, because they are pronounced from the oshtha, the lips, so they are known as Oshthya varnas or labials. Oshthya or labials. So Jiva Goswami explains these concepts. So these are the 5 places of pronunciation. Just a quick at a glance. And that's all. You are most invited to go through the commentaries when you get time. Moving to the second sutra. Oh, yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhu, how do we pronounce the sa, sha, sa?
Okay.
Without...
Okay. I have got a very good slide for that, and I believe that will help. Let's see. Yeah, sure.
Would you be able to share these on the WhatsApp we could download and keep?
Yeah, sure. I'll share.
Thank you. I was more familiar than I thought because similar things are in other languages. So
For sure, sure, and sir, we have, this was something my brother was doing. Hey, Krishna. So if you can see here, so this is just sa, so like sapta, and it's dental from the teeth. Sapta, sa. So sapta. Then the second one is sha, so it touches the talu, like cha varga. So sha, sha. For example, like in English we say sugar, Shiva, the same sound. The third one is sh. So it touches the murdha. Sh. Now just some activity, let's say. Sa, sh, and sh. I have put these three letters in order, and we'll notice something unique here. If we pronounce these three letters in this particular sequence, then what we will notice is our tongue, it will move in a particular direction. First, while pronouncing this, the angle of the tongue is this. Then angle changes a bit, and then it is like more. So just try saying this in a sequence: sa, sh, and sh. So if you are noticing, observing, then your tongue is moving like this: sa, sh, sh. Are you able to observe this?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So it's very simple this way to understand. Sa, straight, sh, bit slight, like slightly tilted, and sh, bit more straight. So sa, sh, sh, sa, sh, sh, and keep saying this, and you will see the movement of your tongue. Sa, sh, sh, sa, sh, sh. So I thought this was interesting and easy. So like that. Is that clear? I mean, helpful, Shraddha Prabhuji?
Yes, well, yeah, I think I need more practice on the last two, sha, sha,
Mhm.
but it's clear.
Am I mistaken in thinking that the final one, the sh, it makes me, when I hear that sh, which I don't normally use in my regular speech in English, obviously, but it makes me think of Bengali. You know, the Bengalis I have known, they have that when they sh, that kind of sound in their
No,
speech.
like the sound you just made is correctly this third one, sh,
That's
which
what
is,
I'm talking about. Yeah.
but the people from Bengal, they generally use this one.
Okay.
Generally.
Maybe it's just the particular speech patterns of the people that I've known, but that sh
Mhm.
it makes me think of certain Bengalis I've spoken to.
Yeah. So this third one is more like a dry and rough sound, sh,
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
like like sh. So more dry and rough.
Like
So,
Krishna.
yeah, even in just
Yeah.
one thing, when generally we say Krishna, and if we write it down, then it will come like this, literally, because otherwise it is, oh, this is okay, let me do one thing. Yeah, so generally we write it this way with the diacritics and all. So the pronunciation for this one is Krishna, Krishna, but we pronounce it like this, Krishna. This is like Krishna. Yeah, we pronounce it like this if we write it down. So we say Krishna, but it is Krishna. So all of these three sounds are the Murdhanya, the cerebral sounds, which is little difficult. Krishna, not Krishna.
Japa is definitely going to take longer from today.
So yeah, I taught it to few devotees, and then from next day onwards, one devotee used to chant with me, and he was like, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, that, oh Prabhu, am I right? So after 1 month, with fear in my heart, I went to him and said, Prabhuji, let me chant my rounds. So of course, initially it takes some time. So that was the pronunciation part, which is introduced by Jiva Goswami in the first sutra, the Vritti of first sutra. The second
Thank you.
sutra says, Tatradau Chaturdasha Sarveshwarah. The Tatra Adau, there the first 14 Varnaha, let's say, they are known as Sarveshwara. So the first 14 letters, Varnas of the alphabet, which we just studied in the first sutra, they are called Sarveshwaras. Basically, they are the vowels which are known as Swara Varnas in general. So here we call them Sarveshwaras. So if now onwards, if we ask what is Sarveshwara, so we don't expect a philosophical explanation. Rather, Tatrado Chaturdasha Sarveshwara. So here are they: A, I, U, U, R, A, I, O, and O. So these 14 are known as Sarveshwaras, the vowels. And Panini called them Ach. Now, if you count the syllable, Ach is just one syllable. But Sarveshwara is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 syllables. Sarveshwara. Now, there is an ideology while making or composing sutras that it is considered a better sutra if it is more compact, smaller in size. So, and Jiva Goswami says that Matra Laghava Matram Putrotsava iti pare abhimanyante. That other consider the mere brevity of matras to be like the delight created by the birth of a son. So if the scholars, they are able to compose their sutras compact, really small, then they consider, they are delighted like as if a son has, taken birth in their family. But we will disregard this idea, because by doing so, we will gain the syllables of Lord Hari's names. So someone can say, oh, you have 4 syllables, Sarveshwara, and we have just 1 syllable, Ach. So, so Jiva Goswami is saying, no issue, we are happy with more syllables, because we are getting to chant the holy names of the Lord. So yeah, that. Then he says, Ete.
Prabhuji,
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhu, why 14 words? Sarveshwara name?
Why?
14 words.
No, I said 4, not 14.
I think he's saying Tatrado Chaturdasha Sarveshwara.
Sarveshwara name, why? Jiva Goswami.
Why he's giving Sarveshwara name?
Yes.
Okay, he's giving one reason here. Just in the Vritti we are going to read. So Sarveshwara literally means, so Ishvara is the controller, Sarveshwara is controller of everyone, everything. Basically, he's independent. So, Ete Swara Achashcha Prachinanam, the Prachin Vyakaranakar, the earlier grammarians, they call these Sarveshwaras either as Swara Varnas or Ach. Ete Swatantra Ucharana. In order to pronounce these Sarveshwaras, we do not need help of any other letters. For example, if I need to pronounce A, so do I need to take help of, let's say, Ka, Kha, Ityadi? No, we can just independently pronounce them. A. But Kadinam Ucharanam Chaisham Adhinam iti Sarveshwara. But the consonants, the Sanskrit consonants like Ka, Kha, Ga, Ityadi, they are dependent on these Sarveshwaras to be pronounced. For example, just pronounce this, everyone. This is A, not English A. And this one is E. How will you pronounce this? Ka. How will you pronounce this one now? Ki. Now this one. And this is not K, the English K. So, I'm sorry?
Ka.
No, Ka is this one.
Ka.
No, but even in that, we have that A sound. So the point is, the consonants can't be pronounced independently of the Sarveshwaras, the vowels. So because, so that's why these consonants depend on the vowels to be pronounced as the jivas. We are dependent on the Lord for our maintenance. Jiva Goswami will explain that. So that's why vowels are named Sarveshwara. Okay, Devashish Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mhm. Yeah, so these are Sarveshwaras. The third sutra says, Dashavatara. The first 10 varnas of the alphabet are called Dashavataras. So Jiva Goswami is making different groups here in this Sangya Prakaranam. So these groups will be used throughout the grammar. All the operations, different operations, karyas, ityadi will be dependent or based upon all these terminologies. So they are very important. The first 10 varnas of the alphabet are Dashavataras. So beginning with A, ityadi, the 10 of them, they are known as Dashavataras. Okay, so yeah, Dashavataras. Yes, Mataji.
Could you briefly go over a little bit the pronunciation of the last two? I don't even know how to say them.
Okay.
You-
So they are quite rare in their usage, but still they exist. So I generally say it like, if you can pronounce Hri, so just add that L sound before that, so it becomes Hri, Hri. And
Hri.
it's quick, like Hri.
Re- re-
Yeah. And the second one is just the same thing, like
re-
Ri.
Ri.
We just emphasize a bit more
Ri.
here.
Okay.
Ri.
I
Ri.
think I have.
Okay, Mataji?
Re.
Yeah. Make sure
Yeah.
that the tongue is touching the murdha, the cerebral, and
Touching.
the cerebral, the murdha, the upper
Mhm.
palate, upper roof of the mouth.
Re. Okay.
So Dashavatara. So if we write down the Dashavataras, so we have A, E, 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 U. Okay. Right. So these 10 are the Dashavataras. Now the next sutra says, Tesham dvav ekatmakau.
Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhuji.
samana means samanakshara.
Where is Samana?
Vritti.
Which vritti is that?
Dashavataraha vritti.
It is not given here, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, it's not given here.
Thank you.
Tesham dvav ekatmakau. Among the Dashavataras, both varnas of each consecutive pair are called ekatmaka. So we know the concept of ekatmaka. So ek atma, basically like two physical forms, but one self or one atma. So this sutra is saying that these, like here we have 5 pairs. So each pair, like a and a, both of these letters are ekatmaka. So two physical forms, two different looking forms apparently, but they are one. So it means actually when we say a and a, they are ekatmaka. So then it means that a is equal to a is equal to a, yeah, and a is equal to a, and a is equal to a. 4 possibilities. The usage will see in Sandhi of this thing. So this is so ekatmaka. So a, they are ekatmaka together. E ekatmakas together. Same with u, hri, hri, hri. So they are ekatmakas. So we'll see their usage in the Sandhi Prakarana when we'll do some operations, some sandhis there, based on this concept. Now, Purvo Vamana. So this first column, A, E, U, Ri, they are the small vowels, short vowels, known as Vamana here. Generally, they are called Hrasva Varna or Laghu Varna, but Jiva Goswami says them Vamana because Lord Vamana was like a dwarf, shorter in size. So Vamana. And the next one, the longer vowels are known as Paras Trivikramaha. So the long vowels, they are known as Trivikrama. So generally they are known as either Dirgha Varnas, yeah, Dirgha. And what is the other term?
Guru.
Yeah, Guru, right, Guru. So Dirgha and Guru. So here Jiva Goswami says Trivikrama. Yeah, Trivikrama. So also we can understand that the same Lord Vamana, he became Trivikrama. So one Atma, like it also does the pushti of Ekatmaka concept, which we just studied. So one self, two different forms. So Vamana and Trivikrama. A Varjitah Sarveshvara Ishvara. So all the Sarveshwaras, excluding A and A, they are called Ishwaras. Yeah, A Varjita Sarveshvara Ishvara. So Sarveshwaras excluding A and A called Ishwaras. So here they are. And if we exclude A and A from the Dashavatara, then Dashavatara Isha. Then the rest of the group letters, collectively they are known as Isha. So Dashavataras excluding A and A. Isha. So we have around 30 to 35 different groups in this Sanya Prakaranam. So although they are quite easy, but initially they look like many groups. So a bit confusing, I would say. So would be nice if we can memorize these sutras, these groups. A, I, U, Ananta. These 6 letters are known as Ananta together. Ananta. That's all. I, U, Chatuh, Sana. These 4 letters are known as Chatuh, Sana. Yeah, that's all. Then U, Chaturbhuja. These 4 letters are known as Chaturbhuja. So sometimes the names Jiva Goswami has given to a certain group. Sometimes he give a concept behind naming a particular group by that particular name, but sometimes it's just like his own wish, I consider. So yeah, Chaturbhuja. A, I, O, Chaturvyuha. These 4 letters are called Chaturvyuha. Chaturvyuha. And generally, many people, they consider that A and O, they are Laghu or Vamana Aksharas, like short vowels. And I and O, they are long or Trivikrama Aksharas. But actually, all 4 of them are Trivikrama Aksharas. So all 4 of them are Trivikrama Aksharas. And they are known as Chaturvyuhas together. Then Ang iti Vishnu Chakram. So this Ang, which is generally known as Anuswara, Jiva Goswami says, will say it Vishnu Chakram. So Vishnu Chakra. So in Devanagari Lipi, we write it like this, a dot above the letter. And actually Anuswara, it's also called Anuswara because Anu means like after, and Swara stands for the Swara Varnas. You will never see this Vishnu Chakra or Anuswara coming just after a consonant, a Vishnu Jana, never. It always follow a Sarveshwara, a Swara Varna. That's why it is Anuswara. So Ang iti Vishnu Chakram. Then Ang iti Vishnu Chapaha. So this particular symbol is known as Vishnu Chapa. Generally, people say it like Chandra Bindu. Chandra Bindu. So because we have like moon-like shape here, and then Bindu, so Chandra Bindu. So, but Jiva Goswami says no, we'll say it Vishnu Chapa because this is also a shape of the bow. So Chapa stands for the bow. So Vishnu Chapa. Then Ah iti Vishnu Sargaha. These two dots, this A is just taken for the sake of pronunciation. It is not actually part of the Vishnu Sarga or Visarga. Same with Vishnu Chakra and Vishnu Chapa before. So Ah iti Vishnu Sargaha. This particular symbol is known as Vishnu Sarga. Generally, we say it Visarga. Yeah, Visarga, Vishnu Sarga. Yeah. So, so here we complete the Sarveshwaras, the groups, along with these three, Vishnu Chakra, Vishnu Chapa, and Vishnu Sarga. So I hope that was clear and simple also, not that difficult or technical. Okay. We'll just do one more. Kadayo Vishnu Janaha. So all the Varnas from Ka onward are called Vishnu Janas. So all the consonants basically beginning with Ka, they are called Vishnu Jana. So they are called Vishnu Janas because as we, the human beings, what is that verse? Eko bahunam yo vidadati kamanya, that one. Same concept actually. So just like all of our...
No aniyan mahato mahiyan.
So Sarveshwara is the one who is maintaining all of us. We are dependent on him. Similarly, all these Vishnu Janas, the consonants, are dependent on the Sarveshwaras, the vowels, to be pronounced. So that's why it's a combination. Sarveshwara, the vowels, the consonants, the known as Vishnu Janas, because they are dependent on Sarveshwaras. So they are the letters Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga, Ityadi, Yara, Lava, Sha, Sha, Saha, all of them. Others, they say it Vyanjana. That's quite common. Vyanjana Varna. Vyanjana. So we'll stop here for today. So please revise all these sutras and also the coming ones. So there is nothing so technical in this Sangya Prakaranam. They are just, Jiva Goswami is just defining different groups, naming different groups. So it's quite quick here. So if there's anything we can discuss, clarification. So please memorize sutras, and yes, I'll post a classroom link. I've already created it, where you will be supposed to submit your video as you're reciting them with your eyes closed, so that we can get to know that you have memorized. So yeah, so please do memorize the sutras. So for each week, take a target of 15 to 20 sutras at least. In this particular week, yeah, take the target of at least 25 sutras, because today only we have covered 16. Then tomorrow we'll do some more. So for this week, a bit more, 25 or something. Then from next week onwards, 15 to 20 sutras. So you have to do, yeah. So I hope that was interesting. The naming ceremony, Namakarana ceremony. Majhu. Is there anything? So Hari Bol, Vijay Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dhanaswara, I'm sorry. I
Interesting.
was-
Yeah, no issue. Interesting that you have already studied, but again, you're like relishing. So interesting. to
Yeah,
see.
I mean, I will use this time to catch up future sutras.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so we'll meet tomorrow, resume tomorrow if there is nothing to discuss. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you so much for the videos also of the pronunciations.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mhm.